Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. And today we're discussing a 2013 special series from TAG Heuer. This is the Carrera Calibre 1887 Jack Heuer Edition, also the Carrera 50th Anniversary Chronograph. It's gone by both names. It is a fascinating melding of a stopwatch, a dashboard clock, and a wristwatch. It is large in steel and titanium with carbide, 45 millimeters in diameter, 16.4 millimeters thick, 51.7 from lug to lug with a 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, and I would probably say this is too large. Although you can see the way it's oriented, it is actually angled towards the wearer. So when it's on your wrist, particularly if you're wearing it with your hand on a steering wheel, it's more evident what the time and chronograph has to say than if you have a traditional wristwatch, which would be starting to angle away when your hand is on a steering wheel. So this is a fascinating watch on a lot of levels. As an instrument, it is easy to read, although it's perhaps easier to read the chronograph than it is to read the time due to the polish of the indices on the anthracite hour track. As you can see, it's very thick and it will not fit underneath the cuff. In terms of Carreras, this is one of the most distinctive and unusual. So what you're looking at is everything that is silver metal, that's the part that's steel. And then the parts that are black are titanium carbide. So an extremely hard material designed to protect the watch from scratches. And then in profile, we do have an interpretation of the traditional super angular Carrera lugs. We have satin, we have media blast, we have polish, but what they're trying to reference is not just the history of the Carrera, but the 2012 Carrera Microgirder 10,000, which was a super high-rate experimental chronograph that TAG Heuer built under the Carrera model line. So this has the aesthetic of that. The strap is a sort of nubuck alligator leather, so it's got sort of a suede, velvety, sanded top. And then it's matte black. You can see it's stuffed or bolstered to give it some volume, monotone stitch, folded edge on the bottom. It's actually a rubberized inlay that helps to preserve the leather by isolating it from the sweat, moisture, grit, and oils of the wrist. And we don't have any perforations here because it uses this crimping clasp that allows you to make an infinite number of adjustments. You feed it through this little mechanism, which then crimps and holds it. And so once it's sized, all the excess length sits underneath the strap. So there's no need for minder loops, and also there's no need for perforations. You can very precisely adjust this. And then we have the blackened titanium clasp, which is what this is. It's blackened titanium with twin trigger release so it can't inadvertently pop open. Now this is the start-stop trigger over here at 11 o'clock, and then to reset we have another trigger that is over at 1 o'clock. And so stop, start, reset, just like that. So if you want to use it as a stopwatch in the hand, it's just like an old-time Heuer trackside chronograph for racers. It's also got a little bit of the look of their dashboard instruments, and of course it's got elements of the Microgirder and the Carrera. Taking a look, we can see that we've got media blast and polish on the crown, as well as a little bit of a polymer inlay, so it's easier to grip right there. Vintage pump style pushers. You can see the case band includes a combination of matte finish and polish, and then a dramatically boxed sapphire over a dial that does feature some lume, so let's take a look at that. It's probably loomed better than you might expect. We've got a date with a quick set down at 6 o'clock. We have two registers that are sunken. You can see the center dial's on a different plane and features a different metallic finish than the track outboard that features the rhodium-plated steel faceted applique hour indices. If you look carefully, you can see we've got two different scales here. A tachymeter for gauging speed, and then if you're a doctor at the racetrack, a pulsometer for gauging the pulse of a patient. We also have these two registers that feature an azurage or concentric pattern. We'll restart proceedings. Column wheel vertical clutch chronograph with a nice crisp vertical clutch action so you can really feel it and hear it. And it's excellent. The reset is great too. Vertical clutch, so there's no extraneous motion, jump, or stagger when you start the chrono. And vertical clutch is always reset perfectly when they're properly calibrated because there's no play in the wheels. Also worth mentioning, vertical clutches allow you to just leave the chrono running full time with no additional hazard, wear, or tear to the watch. Now we've got a stop seconds function, and then we've also got that quick set for the date that I mentioned. So you can see an unusual way to set the date, to be sure. This bullhead watch, though, is nothing if not an experience. You can see the TAG Heuer logo up at 12 o'clock, and then the upward step of the Sunburst Anthracite hour track. There's a Sunburst Silver Center, Sunburst Anthracite for the track. When you turn it over, you can see historic elements. Heuer family coat of arms, Jack Heuer's signature, there's his name on the case back. Carrera 50th anniversary chronograph, though it's not advertised. The watch is also 100 meters water resistant. And inside we have the Seiko-derived caliber 1887. Yes, it was Seiko-derived. They tried to conceal that initially. I don't know why, because that's high-quality hardware, but perhaps it's just Swiss pride. They make it themselves. TAG Heuer builds it themselves. They regulate it themselves. They case it up themselves. It is their movement. And if anything, having the column wheel vertical clutch legacy of Seiko family chronographs makes it considerably more robust and upscale from a horology standpoint. It does seem a little bit more prestigious than something like a cam-operated lateral clutch moonwatch. So automatic winding, you can see here, 39 joules, a 45 to 50 hour power reserve, and a 4 hertz beat rate. It's got all those functional features I mentioned. You can see the column wheel. You can't see the vertical clutch, but then again, that's almost never the case. Then you can see there is a eccentric screw for micrometric timing adjustments and Edicron for fine timing and beat error correction, and all this under a smoked sapphire. So if you love this watch, it's definitely one of the standout Carreras, and that it definitely doesn't blend in to a family that can be vast, indistinct, and hard to parse for people who are not TAG Heuer or Heuer superfans. Among Carreras, this one stands out visually and as a great milestone for the 50th anniversary, something that will be looked back upon as a milestone watch and a timepiece that will bring nostalgia down the road, perhaps 50 years hence. Reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.